contact list of 50 names which you will please send to your president. Now, I want to talk about contact lists just for a moment. Contact lists are the most important asset that we possess in our industry. A leader creates at least 2 new contact lists per year. The reason that we are going to, once you send those contact lists in, I'm going to explain to you what the next step is. It'll be next week. But in the interim, please, the presidents have supplied us with a new contact list in the last week. And now we're going to ask all team coordinators to come up with a new contact list this coming week. And we are going to enact the new program. Now, what is the ultimate goal? This is not an exaggeration. Okay, now I explained this to the presidents this morning. Obviously, they're in a unique position, but so are each and every one of you. You are in a unique position. We have a program that if you follow it and we work together, you will have 30 TCs within 12 months in your global coordinator position. So the mission here is to make all TCs, a special national elite team members, turn them into global coordinators within 12 months with 30 TCs on their team. This sounds like a massive undertaking, but it is not. If some of you have not read this document, let me just get it out. A formula for massive wealth. And it requires some work. I'm not saying it doesn't. It definitely requires some work. Copy Dropbox link. Here we go. Sorry guys, there's a plane going overhead. Download that document, read it. Read it every day. Make it your mantra. We have proven in the last week that anyone, any 10-star can become a coordinator in 1 week if they so desire. What is the key word there? Desire. Period. As we build these, the first thing we're going to ask for from all the new 10 stars that come into your organization, we're going to ask them a question. Do you want to do only the direct selling? If you do, we bless you, we support you, we wish you all the luck in the world, and if you can go out and make 2 sales a day, you will earn $150,000 a year, but you will also learn that you have no leverage income, meaning that when you go on vacation for a month, so does your income. What we all need is a commitment from 5 individuals who say they will do whatever it takes to be successful. We're all in a unique position here because all of this is only going to happen once. Yes, AILO has been around for 10 years. The STAR Network is brand new. This program is brand new. This program will never happen again, ever in the world, anywhere. Why? As a 10-star, you can purchase Ultra Codes for as little as $10 each. That's less than 1 penny a day. You then can sell it, if you do the setup, for up to $299 US, 299 euros, 399 Singapore dollars, because you're doing the work in the setup. That is a 97% profit. What advertising company in the world gives their sales representatives 97%? There is no company. Do you know why? They would go out of business. If you add up our compensation plan, you come up with a staggering percentage that's paid out. This industry will tell you that if you go above 50% in the compensation plan, you are in danger. Above 60% is not sustainable. You will go out of business. And yet we pay 92%. If Melvin brings me into this business, he becomes a 10-star, he gets a revenue share of $200. I become a 10-star, I get a revenue share of $200, but because he brought me in this business, he gets another revenue share of $200. Guys, I mean, listen, you don't have to be an expert in algebra or calculus to figure this one out. Melvin paid $200, I paid $200, the company pays $600. It's impossible. And yet, it's totally possible. Why? Because in the case of the Team Builder revenue share, it comes from all the 3 stars, 5 stars, MSPs, all the products that are sold go to pay for the Team Builder revenue share. 92% is sustainable because we are not a company. 97% profit is sustainable because we are not a company. $10 for a 3-year Ultra Pack is sustainable because we are not a company. We are a division. We are a division of a very successful company called AI Yellow. They're not interested in making profit from this new division, the Star Network program. They're interested in one thing: a customer base and market share. The plan is to bring in 5 million merchants in the next 4 years. Why? Because that is when the company is targeting to go public. And that, at that point, I'm not going to get into it now, becomes the most unique opportunity, the greatest possibility to generate wealth of every member of the National Elite Team and presidents worldwide. That's where a lifetime of income can be generated in 120 days. But I digress because we're not going to get into that now. We're asking you all to make a contact list, and we will explain to you next week what the purpose of that contact list is. In the past week, we witnessed 4 new coordinators created in less than 1 week. 1 in 4 days, 1 in 3 days, 1 in 2 days, and 1 on Sunday in 5 phone calls. Why? Because the leader in South Africa, his name's Dion Rose, approached a businessman, a successful executive in Namibia, showed him the program. The executive loved it, but he said, Dion, I don't have the time. How can I participate? Dion said, I don't need your time, I need your contacts. Let's make some phone calls. 5 phone calls, 5 10-stars, and they never even saw the business. Why did they make the decision? Because of their relationship with the executive. Credibility, relationship. That's what this business is all about. Now that executive is committed to engage 30 new 10-stars, all highly motivated people that will work with Dion. Aim high. Don't sponsor down. Sponsor up. If you have a highly successful executive that does not understand our program, let me speak to them. In fact, I'm going to start doing an executive level webinar on a weekly basis, whereby we only invite people who are 6-figure income earners to listen to my history, my perception of this company, and where we are going in the future. And they will listen to me because I was the CEO of 9 companies over a 27-year career, and 2 of those companies had over 3,000 employees. You can aim up. Don't sponsor below you. Sponsor above you. Approach successful people. Successful people attract success. Non-successful people attract nothing. You will be wasting your time. Successful people understand our model immediately. They understand that we have 10 years of success. They understand that we're approaching $100 million in being paid out. They understand that this is a brand new division that gives everything to the field and the merchants for one purpose only: market share. The biggest technology acquisition in history, never mind, the biggest business acquisition in history was when Facebook bought WhatsApp. WhatsApp was a bunch of kids. They got paid $22 billion. $22 billion. Why? Because 1.1 billion people using WhatsApp. That's what we're doing here, folks. Market share. 90% of the global economy is small business. 90. Take the entire global economy and 90% of it comes from small business. Companies with less than 10 employees. In the United States, 52% of small business doesn't have a website. In Singapore, advanced countries, 53%. But the worldwide 2% of small business does not yet have a website. I didn't believe it. I didn't believe that figure. I thought it was impossible until I moved to St. Martin. And now that I live on this island, I can tell you, here, it's more than 92%. Because if they want a website, it's at least $1,500 with $600 a year maintenance. We give a website free, with hosting, unlimited bandwidth, free. We give a yellow page ad, free. We give 1,000 unique visitors per year with their profiles, free. We'll be introducing a new feature where our merchants can send out a broadcast to 4 million people in the AI yellow and white pages, worldwide, free. And then we've got UBiz, and everybody loves it. Yellow page ad, website, highly sophisticated mobile phone application for 25 cents a day. I don't know about you guys, but here on the island of St. Martin, a cup of cappuccino costs 3 euros. So I could take 2 sips of that cappuccino, and it would be the same value as having everything I've just described to you. Yes, and exactly. Peer and above. People that you can look in the eye and consider them your peers, and aim high. Have no fear. So I'm telling you, I'm going to start doing I used to do that, by the way. I used to do an executive conference call before the days of easy webinars, but we'll do an executive webinar with an executive approach to people that make over 6 figures a year. Lenora, you're absolutely right. It's ridiculous. You understand what this means? We will never have competition, ever. Nobody's going to be able to say, oh, well, you offer that, but the guy down the street offered me the same thing. Never. Never. You call the online yellow pages, you want an ad in the yellow page, $300 a month. $300 a month. You want a website from them? $1,200 plus $30 a month maintenance. We're untouchable, guys. We have zero competition. We never will. It's our opportunity to take advantage of that. I want you to focus on promotion. I've sent you this. Anyone can become a coordinator in the first week if they understand where they're positioned. Everyone coming into this company now is coming at the beginning. The people who think they understand this industry will tell you, oh, the best time to get involved is at the very beginning. We are at the very beginning. And I got news for you. We'll be at the very beginning a year from now and 2 years from now. We'll be just getting into motion when we have 20,000 people a month joining us. So you're going to say, Frank, come on, 20,000 people. I used to have 15,000 people a month joining my team. One team in one company. Not the whole company. One team in one company. If you follow me, I will make you rich. I don't know what else to say. If you want to do it your way, God bless you. But don't get in our way. Don't get in our way. You can watch us do it. You know, there's 3 types of people. You know, they look at what's happening. They watch what's happening. And the 3rd type of person says, what happened? Yes, Gina. You're absolutely right. Guys, if you can learn and teach a culture of coordinator in 1 week, I don't want to hear the 2 months, 3 months. That means you're not working. In this document that I sent you, I said to you, if I gave you $20,000 to sponsor 5 people in the next 7 days, could you do it? Of course you did. Everybody could do it. And yet, this is worth more. This is worth more than $20,000 a month for the rest of your life. You really need to understand where you are. I'm going to try my best to help you understand. And if you do, then you're going to follow what I was taught. I didn't invent this stuff. I was taught by people who knew how to make $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a month. We're not going to invent the wheel. It's already invented. It's perfect. The only thing we can determine is how quickly we want to spin that wheel. If you want to give this 1 hour a day, that's the results you're going to get. If you're willing to give it 8 hours a day and do it for the next 6 months, you're set. It's done. Yes, you can go much further. I'd love to see global coordinators with 60, 70 TCs in their organization. Why not? Each one is over $1,000 a month. That's just the global pool. Has nothing to do with the team bonus. And these sound like crazy numbers, but they're not. Like Gino and I, we're going to make him global coordinator before December 31st. He said to me, what do we need to do? I said, we have to build 5 teams of 30 people. He said, what? I said, we have to build 5 teams of 30 people in the next 4 months. Were you laughing, Gino, when I said that? Okay, October 31st. All right, man. I love it. Listen, hey, I'll get up at 4 o'clock in the morning for you, brother. You understand? Come on, guys. It's time to go to work. We have literally a machine that prints money. I'm willing to help anybody that wants it. And we're going to be working with key leaders in each country, and we're going to build it, and we're going to build it to 1,000 people a month, 5,000 people a month, 10,000 people a month, 20,000 people a month. And let me ask you a question, by the way. I mean, just think about this for a second. If you're making $10,000 or $20,000 a month, do you think you're going to attract anybody? Exactly. Dion's a monster. I think he's got 56 team coordinators. No, 56 10 stars on his team. You're earning $20,000 a month. Do you think anybody's going to notice that? Of course they are. Of course they're going to notice it. They're going to want to know how you did it, and they're going to want to do it too. That's how we brought in the new president of Canada. Miles Nowick was here in St. Martin. and he watched these two little girls go out and make 20, 25,000 a month. And he said to me, is this a joke? I said, no. He said, I'm doing it. Here's a successful guy. I'm doing it. Successful guy. And he's going to do it. He just printed up some golf shirts with the logos on it. He's making pens. He's taking the business seriously. He created his own website. He's printed his business cards. He's registered his company with the Canadian government. Hey, buddy, there he is. We missed you in St. Martin, Miles. Right? Miles watched Makisha go out and sell 80 contracts in 60 days and make $25,000. And he looked at me and he said, you've got to be flipping kidding. No. So what attracted to him, to the business? The success of another one. That's it. That's it, guys. You know, you go out and you do this part-time. Don't forget to sell the ultras. I don't want you getting into a management trap. Do not get in the management trap. You're not here to become a director. You're here to show by example, lead by example. Your team will do exactly what they see you do. Not what you ask them to do, what they see you do. Lead by example. If you make 3 sales a week, hey, that pays almost everybody's bills, $50,000 a year. It's going to pay the mortgage, it's going to pay the car payments, the insurance, the electricity, the gas. 3 sales a week. You make 5 sales a week, it's $75,000 a year. If you go out like Makisha, you make 2 sales a day, it's $150,000 a year just to say hello. Without the network, without the comp plan, without anything. There is no business in the world that will allow you to do that. None. Doesn't exist. Never will. So that's our mission. TCs, your presidents are going to be asking you for a new contact list with 50 names as soon as possible. Come on, guys, get out your phones, 50 new names, and then we're going to grade these people to find out who are the closest ones to you, and then we're going to explain to them the opportunity within the opportunity of starting at the very beginning of something that will grow into a monster. A monster. So, any questions, anyone? Lenora is typing. Yes. Okay. What's the question, Lenora? 2. Okay. Miles, you knew it was going to be cold when you moved back there. Come on, it's not even cold. You're just acclimated to the islands. It goes down to 60 degrees and you start shivering. I know what it's like. No. 20 below is coming soon. Where are the questions, guys? Is it really less money to do an ultra ad? What does that mean, Robin? You know what? Ask me the question on WhatsApp. I don't know what that means. Is it less money to do an ultra ad? What do you mean less money? It's $299 for 3 years if you do the setup and everything. Costs you $10. It's 97% profit. I don't know where the word less could possibly fit in there. Wool socks, yeah, okay. I've had reservations about bringing anybody on board looking for people who are hungry. No, you don't have to look for people who are hungry. Look for successful people, Lenora. Look for successful people. Successful people understand this right away. Right away. Don't try to explain it on the phone. You will fail if you do so. Hungry for money, generally, look, it used to be one of my favorite groups, right? People who had money and then they had setbacks and, economic crises, divorces, all kinds of terrible things can happen. But they know what it felt like to have money and they want it back. That's a very important group. But people who have never had money and hungry for it, not who you want to start with. Yeah, Dion, get in touch with me on WhatsApp, please. Cindy, any news about when you will be back in iStore? It should be back. It was supposed to be done in a few hours yesterday in the iStores. People, you can confirm that. They're working on it, so just so you know. The UBiz app will be back in the iStore. IT, unit cost for then, ultra regular cost is 30 for 3 years. That is correct, Robin. Yes, when you sponsor somebody, you use your revenue share dollars and you can buy the Ultra Codes 3 for 1. They only cost $10. You're exactly right. 75%, face-to-face, 90%, always higher 90%. And I doubt your phone rate is 75%. There's too much visual in what we have to show. How can you show it on a phone conversation? To me, it's impossible. Impossible. Maybe they'll listen to you, maybe they'll be polite, but they can't possibly understand. I bought 40 of them. Very good, Robin. You now have, if you can do the simple math here, you have $12,000 of resellable inventory. What company in the world? You sign up as a 10-star, you sign up your friend as a 10-star, you get 40 Ultra Codes worth $12,000 that are easy to sell, barter, exchange. Gino, he was 4 for 4 in a day. He called me up, he said, okay, I just got 4 for 4 merchants, and this fourth one I got a haircut, $150 in coupons for massages, and a check for $150. All for $10. How can you walk out of a merchant without an order? Barter, sell, exchange, terms. Guy said, oh, really, I want it, but I don't have all the money today. No problem, give me some postage. The first one, you've made a profit, the rest is free money. Come on, guys. Do not have phone sales open. Yeah, if you're using phone, look, you have a contact list, you're going to contact them. Don't try to explain the business on the phone. The purpose of the contact list and using a phone is to set up the meeting. Now, if they're 1,000 miles away, of course you have to bring them to a webinar. But if they're local, face-to-face. Give the team here tonight an example of how you would introduce this to business people who will understand this quick. Are we talking about merchants? Are we talking about merchants, or are we talking about introducing the business opportunity to an executive? Okay, well, both. Merchants, listen, you guys know how to do that. That's easy. In both cases, you show them the Trillions video. Both cases. To the executive, you say, look, it's a 10-year-old company, they paid out $100 million. They've got this new program where they pay out over 90% because all they want is market share. I realize you're very busy, you don't have time. Well, I have time, and if you give me a handful of contacts, I can create a revenue stream for you. I'm not saying it's going to be, substantial, but it might represent an extra $10,000 a month. What executive does not want an extra $10,000 a month? Even if it's just to pay for the shopping sprees. Yes, the merchant, same answer. Show them the $1 trillion video and then explain to them what they get. You get a yellow page ad, no additional charge. You get a website, no additional charge. Even if you have a website, do you do an event on an annual basis? We can set up this website just for that event. Or you can give it to your children. Or you can give it to your children's grandparents. It's free. 1,000 unique visitors per year. That's called pay-per-click. That costs money. The ability to broadcast to 4 million people 3 times a year. That costs money. And a high-tech mobile phone application for 2 sips of a cappuccino a day. Give me a break. You know what? For somebody that doesn't understand that, you could hand them a bag of diamonds and say, they're full of diamonds, take a look inside, and they'll push it back to you closed. You can't put water into a bottle with a closed top. Next. Okay, guys, we want to wrap this up. We're 30 minutes into it. Of course, we're going to do another one next week. Most of you I'm on WhatsApp with. If you have any issues, please go through your presidents. Any questions for me? Last chance. Typing a bunch. No, nobody's recording this, Cindy. Nobody's recording this. That's the lazy way out. People have to actually attend. You know, Click Webinar has a mobile phone app. They can plug in an earpiece at work and listen to this. Yes, the water's always warm here. Gino, don't worry. It's warm, it's turquoise blue. You were in Hawaii, you know what it's all about. You're welcome, Dion and Alita. Very motivated. We're going to get very motivated. You know when you guys are going to get motivated? When a half a dozen of you are making $30,000 a month. Watch what happens to motivation then. Yes, man. Same time next week, Beata. Thank you all. Okay, guys, I want you to have a wonderful weekend. Thanks for stopping by. And let's stay in touch throughout the week on WhatsApp. And hope you all have a fantastic weekend. God bless. Looking forward to our next meeting. And everybody have a great balance of today. Thank you very much.